believe I have an energized pool. Obviously, I don't want an energized pool, but I've stumbled upon my energized pool, and I'm going to show you guys my energized pool issue. Now, I do realize I am kind of an idiot here. I definitely made some dumb decisions, and I understood they were dumb the whole time I was doing them. It was sort of a test I was doing, and admittedly, I probably shouldn't be doing it, as it's not the safest thing, though I was curious, and I took some chances, and I have now got my answers revealed, and I want to show you guys what the situation is. Nick, what makes you think you have an energized pool? Why would your pool be energized? How is your pool energized? Now, I'll show you. Obviously, I don't want my pool to be energized, however it is, but let me show you what's going on here. As much as it is a beautiful hot day around 30 degrees Celsius, it still gets down pretty cold at nighttime. I want to keep my pool warm. I have this pump taking the pool water through the pump, through this sand filter. Then it runs up onto the roof of this building. I'll show you what it does once it's up here though. And it's pumped through all these small tubes across this roof down to here, where our heated water then runs under here and back into the pool. This provides decently warm water, which gets surprisingly well heated from the roof. However, that's only great in the daytime on hot days, so I have a plug-in heater that I put in the pool at night, which I don't know if you're really supposed to put in the pool. It says it's a bucket heater, and it also says you can use it on small pools. Personally, this product is kind of sketchy that it doesn't have GFCI protection, though I've got it plugged into GFCI receptacles, so it should be fine, right? Well, it was last year. It was completely fine. This is the heater here. This is just the cover. Here's the actual heater in here. 1500 watts. This certainly doesn't heat the pool. It's a big pool. 18 by, so they're 48 or 52 deep. So it's asking a lot for 1500 watts to heat the pool. And it doesn't heat it, though it does help it not lose so much temperature at night for sure. So at least what's gained in the daytime, it won't be lost at night with this plugged in. This was fine last year, maybe even the year before, and it was fine for the first few days this year. I just set this pool up last Sunday. It's now Tuesday. And it was fine up until yesterday, or maybe the day before. Well, recently it's been fine until it started tripping the GFCI. That is a pretty big red flag right there when it trips the GFCI. So at first, I had it plugged into this GFCI over there. You plug it in, after about 10 seconds it would trip. So then I thought, well, the heater's been fine before. Maybe it's something to do with the receptacle. So I thought I'd try plug it into just this GFCI. And at first, it was fine. And I was watching it for probably 40 minutes, checked on it after I plugged it in. 40 minutes later, it was still fine. So I went in for the night and thought I'd just leave it plugged in overnight to do its purpose and try and keep the pool warm. And I came out the next morning, GFCI tripped. I reset it with it still plugged in, boom, trip instantly. Tried that a couple times. Tried unplugging it, then resetting the GFCI. As soon as you plugged it in, GFCI would trip. Let me see if I can show you guys that. I'll pull the cord out from where it is right now. Now this is what I admit is a stupid thing to do. It was kind of an experiment that I ended up just forgetting about and leaving it plugged in, which yeah, I admit, it's a dumb thing to do. It is plugged in this shed here into this receptacle, non-GFCI protected. So let's plug this all back in the way it was, and yes, this thing did kind of catch on fire last year. I should probably replace this cord end. I had to replace the female end it was plugged into on the other cord that it was using at the time. but I think this whole thing might just have to get thrown out. I will submerge this into the water somewhat down there. Take this cord here and we'll try and plug it in. Instantly try and reset it. No go. As soon as it makes contact, trips the GFCI. Not a fluke, not just that GFCI. That's a Legrand GFCI. I'll try it on this one, which is a Leviton brand. And you will find same situation. You may not see the light on it, but it tripped. Big red flag there. GFCI tripped for a reason. Something's not returning on the neutral. Some of that power is not returning on the neutral. So obviously that's an issue because it's going somewhere else, especially when it's a big body of water and there's lots of places it could travel to. So I plugged it into there, non-GFCI receptacle, and it was fine. I had touched the water many times. I had put my arm on like the ledge of the pool and leaned it in to make sure no current would cross my heart. So hopefully it would go down my hand through my arm to ground. So I'd obviously hurt your arm and hurt your hand, but it wouldn't travel through my body. And I had shoes on. I was making sure I wasn't standing on wet ground. It was going through my rubber shoes. Basically not doing anything stupid, making sure it didn't have a direct path through my heart. But yeah, it was fine. I didn't feel anything at all. That was until today when I came out here to feel the temperature of the pool and I got bit by it. I was like, I thought that felt like a shock, but it must be my mind playing tricks on me, right? Like maybe I'm just imagining it. So I walked around to the other side of the pool, stuck my hand in it again. I was like, ugh, yeah, that feels like it just bit me. And then I'm like, okay, one more time, stick my hand in it. Like, yeah, okay, third time, I felt the same thing. I don't think it's my mind. Something's going on here. So I unplugged the heater, stick my hand in, nothing. So that's when I started making this video, because I'm like, the water's got to be energized. I'm feeling this hitting my finger, and it was actually, the way I felt it was like right where your nail bed meets your skin, like right there. That's where it was getting me each time. So now let's see if there's any truth to that, and I'm gonna try and see if my pool is energized. I have no idea how to do that, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Guys, this should go to show why you need GFCI protection, especially outside and around water sources. This is why it's required. It's for a reason. So we're gonna do the exact opposite of the logical thing and plug it back in. This whole pool may be energized right now. We'll see if a volt tick will pick it up. These things are not the greatest. I might make a liar out of myself here. I'm indeed not imagining things. If I put this meter lead dipped into the pool, if I take the other end, what I'll do, jam this meter lead in here. This conduit's part of the electrical system. It's all grounded. And if I take this end, touch it in the water, we have 14 volts AC. Now the only thing that could possibly put AC current in my pool is this heater. So there, we know we have 14 volts AC. What happens when I unplug my heater? There we go. Meter lead is in the water again. 0 volts AC. Plug this heater back in. I'll have a second extension cord. I've got this plugged into the neutral. which should be something I can read a difference in potential between. Stick my meter right here. You can see we're currently at 0 volts AC. If I stick this probe in the pool, there you go, once again, 13 volts AC. It didn't bite quite like 120. It was like, okay, I feel it, but it's not like, ow, wow, this hurts. So it's obviously there. And the thing that's throwing me off, though, I've touched higher AC voltages, like 24 is a common one. Touch 24 volt AC for controls all the time. Can't feel it. But this is only 13 volts, and I definitely felt it. I'm telling you, I felt it. Especially when I doubted I did, so I tried it 3 times, felt it each time, unplugged it, couldn't feel it. So somehow I feel like we're actually higher than 13. It's just not quite metering it right, but there is for sure, it's for sure in the water. There you go. Once again, 13 volt. So with that, let's unplug this heater, because having an electrically charged pool is not great. So you may say, okay, this thing's grounded, right? It has a ground pin on the cord. Which is true, it does have a ground pin on the cord. So you may say the water's going to go through from the hot, obviously, because it's somehow not returning on the neutral, to the ground pin and would trip the breaker. Well, that would be the case if it was directly, that wire was directly touching the grounded side of it. However, it's not. Its only connection would be through the water and whatever bit of conductivity that water has, which the water sure is conductive, but it's not a great conductor. So that water does not have enough conductivity to carry 15 amps or more worth of power from that hot to ground. It's just not capable of doing that. Maybe if you put a crap ton of salt in it or somehow modified it, but I still don't think you're ever going to get it to 15 amps where it's going to trip the breaker from overcurrent. I mentioned, I don't even know if this thing is truly grounded, but we do have an easy way to test that. Should have brought out a tripod here or got more hands. But we can set this to continuity, check this is working, put a probe in there, and you know what, we don't even have ground connection. We take it apart, of course it's not grounded. This thing's metal, sure, but it's sliding onto plastic, so yeah, that's not gonna really work now, is it? Okay, so yeah, my pool is energized. I'm still perplexed by why that 13 volt felt much higher than that. It had to be, as far as what my body tells me from feeling it, it was more than 24 volt, because I know I can touch 24 volt and not feel it, and I can touch 120 and definitely feel it. And it didn't hurt quite as much as 120, that's for sure. I wouldn't have done it 3 times if it hurt that bad. That's why I doubted it. But it definitely felt more than 13 to me, since I can't usually feel 13, and I most certainly did feel that. Anyways guys, hopefully that goes to show why GFCI is so important around water, and I don't recommend doing any of these tests I did. So use this video as a lesson for sure. And yeah guys, that's gonna do it for this video. I just wanted to show you that, as I thought it was sort of an interesting thing. So yeah. Alrighty guys, that is going to do it for this video. I hope you did enjoy it, and make sure you can learn something from it, take something away from this. So be careful with water and plugging things into non-GFCIs that could potentially energize something that could hurt someone. So anyways guys, that's going to do it. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give a thumbs up. Any comments or questions, feel free to put those down in the comment section. And if you do enjoy my channel, make sure to subscribe. And if you're interested, I do have an Instagram account at Pickle700 for bonus content posted earlier than you'd see it on the YouTube channel, that sort of thing. Alright guys, that's all I got. Thanks for watching.